Hello everybody, how we doing today? Hello Chicken Noodle Girl. Just waiting for people to jump in. I got some things I want to share and break down so people can understand certain types of mental illness. Rody Girl, how you doing? How's everybody's week so far? I know it is Monday. Monday's one of those things. Waking up and you're like, oh my word, it is Monday. A brand new day, a brand new week. Am I going to make it through the first day of the week? Work week, that is. Unless people have it off. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, you never have it off. And if you're a stay-at-home dad, you never have it off. And if you're retired, there's always something to do. I am technically retired, technically, because of what I struggle with on a daily basis, physically and mentally. I wish I didn't, but I do. You probably got a sore throat, Chicken Noodle Girl. So what college is your daughter going to? And what's her major? And soul shine for Jesus Christ. How are we doing today? Well, one of the things I do want to talk about is insomnia. But I'm just waiting for more people to get in before I do a screen share and talk about insomnia. Carolina Moon, how are you doing today? Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. My grandfather used to do, he was an executive for ABC Television before he passed away, retired and passed away. But he used to do the engineering, like the audio and visual engineering for TV shows. So he was the executive for that department. So like the lighting, the design of the what is it? The background. So like if you saw oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Chicken Noodle Girl. Oh, that's cool. So she coordinates the lighting that you see at concerts and stuff like that, you know. like you would see the different types of lighting in the crowd and on stage and everything like that. Okay, so what you're seeing right now is a definition of insomnia. So, how many people in chat know what insomnia is? Put a 1 in chat if you know what insomnia is. Put a 2 in chat if you don't. So we got people jumping in. Almost everybody knows what insomnia is. Miss Arnold's in the house. Alibi's in the house. DJ Rogue Knox is in the house. So insomnia, okay, is by definition, people say you may have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or getting good quality sleep. So it says this happens even if you have the time and the right environment to sleep well. So one of the biggest, okay, Rogue, I hope you tell me what you're having for dinner later. Because after the live, I have to go get some food too. So stress. Stress is one of the causes of insomnia. Pain is another. Mental health. So stress, it could be something small that you're stressed about and won't get any sleep. Stress is one of my biggest problems. And what I mean by stress, yeah, I take medication for insomnia. But man, some of the dreams I have while on this medication, oh my word. I will tell you last night what happened, okay? I had a cup of ice water next to my bed. In my sleep, I literally grabbed the cup of water and poured it on myself. And it woke me up. So now I know not to keep drinks near my bed, because I will pick it up and pour it on myself. It woke me up. I finally got to sleep. I was finally in a deep sleep. And I don't get to that. I don't get to the REM state to where you have dreams. Like, very seldomly do I get that deep where you can sleep, you can relax. Yeah, I don't get that far sometimes. Bottle with the lid. But stress is one of them. You know, like my stress is, you know, am I going to be a good enough son? Am I going to be good enough at life? Am I going to be a failure? That's my stress. You know, and Am I a failure? No. Am I good? A good son? Yes. But, well, at least try to be. No one's perfect. We all have flaws. But mine is stress and mental health. Sometimes it's pain because I have arthritis in my back. Um, I do have icy hot that I use sometimes to help. Um, then you got neurological disorders. Age doesn't help. And the crazy thing is they say lifestyle. Okay. Or, so when I had insomnia and I didn't have anything to help me sleep, Kansu, greetings. So, I was an alcoholic for 15 years. And the alcohol would pass me out. Like, I would drink until I passed out. So, Chicken Noodle Girl, do you see a therapist and everything like that? And are you conquering your depression or still struggling with it? Are you getting the help that you need? That's my question. And if so, is it working for you? Okay. I saw my psychiatrist this past Friday. I see a therapist every 2 weeks. Next Monday I see my therapist again. Okay. Chicken Noodle Girl, if you ever want to come up on panel and share your story, you can. If you ever want to talk about it. I bring people up all the time, or at least try to get them to share their story. These are some of the things I've never taken. I don't think I've ever taken Flexeril. I've taken Trazodone, but I can't take that no more because my body became immune to it. So the other thing you see up there is called what symptoms from having insomnia. Short-term memory loss, trouble remembering things, being irritable, life, insomnia gets in the way of life. Sorry, I had to turn the volume on my notifications down on my phone. Sometimes not being able to concentrate, thinking is affected by insomnia. And reflexes. Because you're tired. You're always tired. When you're not getting the sleep you need and you're sleep deprived, your body can't handle it. It's like healing. Your body needs healing, and sleep is what heals it. Like last night, I was such in a deep sleep that when I spilt that water on me and it woke me up, I had to wake up, change my bedding and everything, and go back to sleep, and I couldn't get back to sleep, so I woke up tired. I woke up not wanting to get out of bed. And if you don't get yourself on a schedule, it's difficult. It's difficult when you have insomnia because you can't get yourself on a schedule, a routine. Anybody else got any questions about insomnia or anxiety? Because anxiety can work with insomnia. They can work hand in hand. Okay. So there's three types of insomnia. Transient, short term, and chronic insomnia. Yeah, mine got worse too when I quit drinking. The insomnia, because my problem is falling asleep. So I used to drink to the point where I passed out, and I would only get 3 or 4 hours of sleep so I could go to work. 3 or 4 hours of sleep. That's not a lot of sleep. That's not good, Alma. Have you looked in, even with sleeping meds? Diana, I know some people that do need sound to sleep. I have what you call a fan blowing in my face at night so I can sleep. I also used to have sleep apnea. Yeah, my fan's on high. My fan sits right in front of my AC, blowing right in my face. I always try to be calm. Always. Calm, but sometimes it's hard to be calm. Calm, cool, and collective. So I had my tonsils removed. I had my nose operated on. Yeah, so I will tell you, as an adult, having your tonsils removed is one of the most painful things I've ever gone through. I've been on my deathbed twice. And the tonsils getting removed was worse than being on my deathbed twice. Yeah. When they say go to the dentist, go to the dentist. When they say you have routine checkups, have routine checkups. I had an impacted wisdom tooth that I didn't take care of. And it did some damage to my body. To the point where I looked like Sloth from the Goonies. uh, it swelled up the left side of my face so bad that you couldn't see my ear. The infection was traveling to my heart and brain at the same time. And I went to the hospital, emergency room. They wouldn't let me leave. They got me into another, they had to transfer me to another hospital. And what was cool about the ambulance ride is they asked, do you want the sirens or not? I said, go with the sirens. So they flew to the other hospital with the sirens. We got there in mere minutes. But it was cool. They gave me the option. It was a wild ride. I'll tell you that. I've never been in the ambulance. That was the first time. Interesting. Soulshine. No, but yeah, having sleep apnea and insomnia at the same time is difficult. You stop breathing in your sleep, it ends up waking you up in your sleep when you, yeah, I can't. It's difficult. Yeah, Rogue, I own 1, 2, 3, 4 TVs. My mom's got a TV, I got a TV, and then I got, if I could show you guys my setup. Too many cords. Miss Arnold seen my setup. She's like, too many cords. Unorganized. But it's operational. Once I moved and got everything set up the way I want it, then I will really cam up. See, I don't watch TV like I used to. I used to be glued to the TV. But I'm not. I do my live stream, and then I mod for Brittany's channel, and then I like to talk to people. Like you get some people, oh my Lord. Did they, are they okay, Lisa? I know you can't say nothing, you know. Oh my word. Hopefully they survived. Hopefully they survived. That's the biggest thing right there, survival. So did my voice break up or do I sound good? Oh my God. Oh my word. This is the exact reason why I decided to do this channel. I wish she would have heard my channel. I wish. Oh my God. I it is. It's so downplayed. It is so downplayed in this country, in society in general, across the world. Mental health is so downplayed. And you wonder why we got all these people that are homeless or turn to drugs or alcohol because, we're afraid to ask for help. And then we throw our lives away, we ruin our lives, and then we just become another number, a statistic, you know. Correct. That's correct, Rogue. And if it's not downplayed, it's weaponized. That is so true. And then if you go to therapy and you're getting help, you have a stigma. You're mentally insane. You're mentally unstable. You're crazy. We get these labels. I know that because when I was younger and I didn't want to get help and I denied that I needed help, I used to call people who had mental health issues mentally unstable or mentally insane. I used to criticize those people. At the same time, I was that person. And do I feel bad? Yeah, I do. Do I regret making fun of those people? Yeah, I do, because I am one of those people. So, I have I asked for forgiveness for the people that I have said that to. Yeah, I'm friends with. We talk to this day because they realized I wasn't perfect. No one's perfect.
Oh, look at you, huh? That's nice.
So. So I used to get bullied when I was younger. And then when I got older, I didn't really bully people, but I used to make fun of people. The same type of people that it's hard to explain. Well, Lisa, yeah, would that statement rub me the wrong way? Yes. But is that statement accurate? It also depends on what his state of mind was and what he was going through. Because, and I'll explain why, okay? I'll explain why. There are a lot of men, two of my best friends, in the whole world, okay? I had, okay, two of my best friends unalived themselves because of a relationship that didn't work out. Years later, okay, so when I was incarcerated. I used to call one of my best friends once a month on a specific day at a specific time, once a month. And then for 6 months goes by, he doesn't answer at all. I get out. I go to his house. I don't even know what happened to him. I thought he left the state because the last time we were talking, he said he was in a rocky relationship with his girl and he was just going to move out of state. I go up to his house, knock on the door. His mom answers. And it was a very difficult situation, to say the least. I told her who I was. I told her I was the guy that would call once a month on a specific day and talk to him. Once she realized who I was, she told me what happened. And it was sad. It was truly, truly sad. It ate me up in the inside, I'll tell you that. It really ate me up. Years later, I was dating this female, and she was bragging. She's like, yeah, you know. She said, you know, I'm worth dying for. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I had an ex unalive himself because of me. And as soon as she said that, I said, was his name so-and-so? And she said, yes. And as soon as she said that, I said, leave, please, leave. I said, that was my best friend. Leave, please. Get out of my house. I broke up with her instantly. That's the worst thing you can say. Oh, I'm worth, you know. No man, no woman is worth unaliving themselves. No man, no woman. Okay, when she said that to me, that destroyed me. Okay, because that was one of my best friends. Okay, and then my other best friend down in Florida. This happened up here, down in Florida, over a female. And that's usually what happens when a man is so madly, deeply, and emotionally in love and attached to, and it could be the same way for a female. When a female is madly, deeply, emotionally attached to their significant other, and something happens and they break up, that's what happens. Men and women go off the deep end to a point of no return. And I mean that literally, to a point of no return. And it hurts. It really hurts. I wish some of these people could understand that there are more people out there. This world is huge. If a relationship doesn't work out, there's always someone better. And I wish I could have said that to them before they both did what they did. I wish I would have had that time to say, hey, oh man, sorry to hear that, crazy grandma. It's just, now, if I was in a relationship, don't get me wrong, If I'm in love and we're married and we're going good and strong and everything else, I would I would take a bullet for the person I love, but I wouldn't do it myself. Like if someone broke into my house, I would die protecting the one I love. That's the only way I would go out. And I tell people, die for the people who you love, but protecting them, by protecting them. If that's how you want it. Oh man. Now that baby is that's why that statement I could understand that statement, okay? I can understand that statement. People make permanent decisions based on temporary feelings. You know, unless you're in my mind, okay, mentally, I can understand that statement. But I think you took that statement in the wrong direction. I can understand why that person said that. I can understand. Would I have said it that way? No. Because now he's not going to be there for his child. That's the reason why I can understand that statement. That is why I can understand. If you understand where I'm coming from, Lisa. But I would have never said it. That's heartless. That is a heartless statement. But I could understand it. But I would have never said that out loud. That's not something you say out loud. Because you don't know what the person you're saying to has gone through. You don't know the person you're saying that to. I agree. That's the this is just so heartbreaking. This is the reason why I started this channel, is to get men to talk about their emotions, talk about their struggles, to talk about what they go through on a daily basis, to talk, just talk. You know, because if men know women are more emotional, they are. We can't lie about that. Men are less emotional, so women don't know what men think and go through on a daily basis mentally. And I just wish more men would speak. More men would break down how they feel and what's going on, so their partner can understand by communicating with each other, instead of snapping at each other and arguing and fighting with each other and breaking up over nonsense. You know, communicating. speaking to each other, saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is the reason why I'm so upset and I'm so stressed out. And sometimes I wish I could just exit my body for a little bit and just be in a peaceful spot. Um, just communicate. And us men, we don't do that. We don't break down to our significant others, until something tragic happens. And I can't speak on somebody's relationship because, I used to be a street counselor, right? And I'm a very blunt person. When I get stuck in the middle of something, I speak my mind. I speak what needs to be said. I say the things that some people won't say that needs to be said. And sometimes it's real and they don't want to hear it, but it needs to be heard. Because some men don't know how to communicate with their partner. My word, that is just reading that threw me off mentally. It's a double-edged sword. That's what it is. It's a double-edged sword. See, I don't say feelings. I say emotion, because feelings come and go, okay, but emotion doesn't. How mentally, so it's hard to break down. We get emotions and feelings entwined with each other. Because I can feel bad for something and then it heals over time. But like they say, emotional damage, sometimes that takes longer to fix. With feelings, you wake up and you're like, do I feel okay today? Yes, all right, I'm going to have a good day. But mentally, do I feel okay? Now my emotions, now I got to put them in check. All right, am I going to let my thoughts or my emotions affect my day? Does anybody understand that? Am I confusing anybody? Because I might be. Because my brain operates on a whole different spectrum than other people's. Like, I break down things differently, and I can understand what I'm saying, but some people don't. Okay. Because I thought I was confusing people with what I was trying to explain. You know, that's why I said, that's why I said to you, Lisa, that I could understand the statement. I just would have never said that statement. It's just, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. You know, I rather, all honesty, I would rather know that my father was a deadbeat than the other thing. I agree. I agree. I struggle with both, Lisa. Mental health issues and addiction. I'm a recovered alcoholic, and I always will be an alcoholic for the rest of my life, no matter if I pick up another drink or not. See, I can never talk about my emotions, okay? And what's going on that day. You know, I was bullied growing up. I had nobody to stick up for me. I was, I used to get jumped every other day for 7 years, and I had no one to protect me. You know, I went through a lot of things, and nobody was there for me as a child. So when I got older, it is, Lisa, okay? I told in a previous episode that when I was 12 years old, I was in a very dark place. And somebody pulled the firearm on me, okay? A pew pew, as they say it, and pointed it at me. And I asked him to pull the trigger. I asked him, and he didn't do it. I said, please do it. And he didn't do it. I don't have the kahunas to take out myself. Even though I have that thought at least 3 times a day sometimes. Sometimes I don't think about it, but there are times where I do. And it's not something I try to not think about it. Like when that thought comes up into my head, I try to think of something else. Like I go play a song, or I'll start listening to music, and then the thought will go away. Okay? Because I don't like that thought, but it's a battle that I fight every day. It's a battle that I fight every single day. That's the reason why I like doing what I do. You know, starting this channel is gave me an outlet. It has given me a way to talk about what I struggle with mentally. Because you don't hear men every day talk about what they struggle with mentally. You hear a lot more women talk about it, but you don't hear men. And I'm happy to talk about the emotional side, how my brain thinks, how I, you know, but men don't. They're afraid to. And I don't understand. Dude, you're a man. What words can harm you? We're supposed to be masculine, right? So mentally, the emotional stuff is not supposed to affect us, but it does. So us men got to talk about it. Instead of letting us eat us up inside, we got to be a man and talk about it. You know how they say man up? Well, I believe that us men need to man up and talk about what's going on the inside. Why are we in a dark place? What's putting us into that dark place? Okay? Because we need to get out of that dark place. If we stay in that dark place, we're not going to be in a positive spot. We're going to be in a, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Before you know it, we're going to blow up, do something we regret doing, even if it's harm ourselves or harm somebody else. You know, I just wish that I could reach out to more people and say, hey, it's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel unwanted. It's okay to feel unloved. Okay? It's okay to feel those things. But talk about it. Because there's always somebody there that can relate to you. You know, are there some days that I feel unloved? Yes. Are there some days that I feel useless? Yes. Am I useless? No. Am I loved? Yes. But there are days that I feel that. You know, I can't control it. It just pops into my head. But I feel those days. You know, it's just us men. We're afraid to talk because if we do, we're weak. We're not manly, and I wish we could break that cycle and say yes. Just because I think these thoughts doesn't make me less than or unimportant. Unimportant. We're not failures. We're strong. So we got to be strong in speaking instead of bottling it up. That is true, Lisa. A lot of women want a manly man. But some men get treated like we're mats, floor mats. We're supposed to serve you hand and foot. But when we're in a deep spot, in a dark place, I just, I look at it this way. When I'm talking to somebody, I let them know, say, hey, I struggle with this, this, and this. Okay. Do I have an emotional side? Yes. Can you handle that? If not, I'm sorry. Because I say communication is key. If you want a man who communicates with you, you got to accept everything. You got to accept me at my worst part of my life to the best part of my life. You got to accept me with, you know, with what's going on with me mentally. I have to accept with what's going on with you mentally. You got to accept what's going on with me mentally. It doesn't make me less than or weak. Because, man, I could physically do damage to another man in protecting you. But I need you to be there mentally for me. I'm sorry you had to go through that, witness that, Lisa. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, having to go through that and witness that and see that. You know, doing what, like, I don't know, I wouldn't. And this is what I tell people. If you don't communicate, your relationship's not going to last long. Oh yeah, that is so true. That is so true. I've always had a dream, okay, that if I ever became a millionaire, right, I'll share this story. So if somebody out there steals it and does it, I would be happy. I've always had a dream that I would build a 3-story hotel with a finished basement with units on the basement level. One day, Lisa, I got to get you up on panel so we can have a conversation. One day, I got to get you up on panel. So, but I talking about man, I totally spaced what I was gonna say. I forget where I left off at. Now I'm lost in my own train of thought. This happens. This happens to the best of us. We get lost in our own train of thought. Oh, back to what I was saying. I figured it out. I remembered. So I had a dream about a hotel, 3-story hotel with a finished basement, with a restaurant, okay, in a pool. And, you know, my dream is if I ever became a millionaire, I'd build it. And then I would go and find homeless people that want to get better themselves and want to work. And I'd give them a place to live. And I would get them back working into the restaurant, into maintenance, into whatever their strong suit is, and help them get back on their feet. And then take the money they made living there and give them help them get a job outside of the hotel, a place to live outside of the hotel, and hand them a check and said, now I have given you a hand up. Continue on. That's what my dream is, to do that. That's a dream of mine. Maybe one day I'll make it happen, who knows, if I ever became a millionaire. See, so who else has any questions in chat? I see we got 16 people watching. Who else has got any questions or statements? Because I have not much longer left. So I have a friend of mine that's a hip hop artist, and I asked him if he'd write a song about mental health, and I would put it as an intro to my channel. I'm working on getting a new camera set up, so when I go live, it'll be like really good quality camera. But does anybody else have a question? See, I've had mental issues my whole life. Okay, even as a child. I was a very angry child. I hated the world. I think a lot of it had to do with where I lived and being bullied. You know, and my mom didn't know how to handle it. She didn't know what depression was. My mom was born in 1947. So mental health didn't exist in the 60s. Let's just say that. Depression didn't exist in the 60s, even though it did. I'm just being sarcastic right now. Okay? The things that they did to people back in the 60s and 70s who had mental illnesses was the worst things you can do to somebody with mental illnesses. I've seen the facilities. I've toured the facilities. Okay, I have witnessed it. The things that they would do to people. So, I know what you're talking about, happy gummies. I know what those are. And I'm pro. I know what you mean by happy gummies. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Soul shine for Jesus Christ. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They did that back in the 60s and 70s and stuff because when you struggle with mental health issues, they thought you were like had the devil in you, or you were into like witchcraft or whatever, and that's so far from it. So far from it. They thought shock therapy would fix you. Which made it worse. Because they gave that same stuff to Vietnam soldiers when they were over in Vietnam. I don't understand. That's sad, Soulshine. That is sad. Instead of, all right, chicken noodle girl, have a good day. Have a good day. I'll be getting off soon myself. Because, you know, that food is saying, Get in my belly, I'm hungry. But that's people don't even know. Like today's generation don't even know what people back in the as early as the 80s, as early as the 80s, you know, we're going through all this type of therapy, you know, even as early as the 80s. 90s, it switched. It was like, okay, mental health, mental illness is real. It's not, it's, Brit is fine. She's doing okay. She's, you know, she's just sick. She has to take a break to let it, you know, get better. I'm just, I went, Brit's doing fine. She's just, well, she's under the weather. Yes, I toured and condemned building that was, it was like a torture chamber for people who were mentally unstable. Miss Kim, you made it. Usually you're the replay crew. You'll probably catch this one too. But I do you think knowing now, well, they probably would because still this country don't know crap about mental health and they don't care to know. They look at us like we're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, which sometimes we are, but that's not our fault. We have a chemical imbalance in our brain. Something is loose in our brain that we can't fix. It's not our fault. Or something bad really happened that we can't control, but we're expected to get over it. Like trauma. When you have PTSD, sometimes it can get so bad to the point it gives you other symptoms. Especially if you don't treat it right away. I didn't treat mine right away. Well, see, I know how I was before medication, and I know how I am now after medication. I am better off on my meds. But I also have therapy. Some people don't need medication. Some people just need therapy. So I wouldn't combo them. No. Some people need medication and therapy, and some people just need therapy. Yeah. They know very little. See, that doesn't make sense, okay? If I'm mentally unstable, I'm not going to the, I don't go to the ER looking for medicine. See, damn. But how do you avoid, if he's, does he go to therapy, Miss Kim? Does he see a therapist? Because sometimes, and I will explain why I say this, okay? Now, did he go to those therapy appointments by choice? Okay, because some people are forced to go to those therapy sessions. Now, did he enjoy going to those therapy sessions? And did he open up? That's the biggest thing, because you can go to therapy. Yeah, the VA hospital, I'm not a fan of. The- I'm going to be creating a Patreon soon. Because there's things I want to talk about on Patreon that I can't discuss here. And a lot of it has to do with mental health. I just talk about the basics here. I don't talk about how I really feel. Because I would get, goodbye is what you would hear from my channel. You would see it disappear if I said some of the things I really want to say on this channel. It would say, goodbye. You know? No, we're not. So, this week, um, alright, let me go to Discord so I could post a link. So that's my Discord link. Mo! So I just posted my Discord link for people to pop in and join. It's nothing special. It's just a place to talk. But I posted that link because when I get my Patreon up and going, there we'll have some in-depth conversations on how I really feel about certain things. And I will post my Patreon link in my community post. Yeah, Lisa, you should get Discord. It's not that hard. Discord's not that hard. You're good. I saw you come up, Kimmer. I saw you come up. Well, I talked Mo. I talked about insomnia, and then the chat went off the rails with something else. But you'll understand it when you catch the replay. You know, I'm communicating to chat, so I'll leave the live chat up so you can read chat at the same time that you're listening to me talk, because I don't come at the beginning. I did a share screen talking about insomnia, and what things affect the human body, you know, what causes insomnia. Yeah, I like talking to chat because they ask really good questions, and then they're intrigued, you know, on certain things, you know, and I'm also intrigued on what people have to say in chat, you know. I tried to get people up on panel, but you know, I've had a few people up on panel, like Rogue. Rogue's been up, Sassy's been up, Queen of Hearts has been up, um, Vanessa A's been up. So I've had quite a few people up on panel to conversate and talk about mental health and stuff like that. But I am going to be getting off now. Yes, I agree, Mo and Lisa. Hey, you know, honestly, it's a good thing because that's something we don't really talk about. We don't really talk about that subject. Okay, so I'm glad you. Well, I'm I'm not glad that you had to experience what you experienced, but I am thankful that you shared it. So, Shine, in Discord, I'm going to give you a role so you'll be able to post a link in chat for people to join. Okay? So, since you're in, I'll set that up for you. But I love you guys. And Lisa, when you get Discord, the next time I go live, let me know and I'll post a link. Yes, Miss Kim, you too. And thank you guys for being in chat. And for those lurking in the background, thank you for being here. Don't be afraid to message or say anything because I don't bite. You guys are amazing. And I appreciate this community. It gives me an outlet to talk and even express what I go through mentally. You know, I just hope I could get more people to come up here and express what they go through mentally. Yeah, Lisa, you could just click the link. You click the link that I posted. You click this link. And it'll bring you right to Discord and you can register. You can sign up. It's free. No charge. And don't forget to hit the like button. Miss Kim, you misspelled a certain word. Oh. Remember to leave a thumbs up and blank back in and leave 4 words. It's cute. That's what I'm laughing at. Oh my word. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. All things serious out.